I'm kind of crashing out because I've got 15 days to come up with $2,500.
I've applied to so many jobs recently. Tell me why it's impossible to get a job right now.
Hi, my name is Jamie. I've been unemployed for 6 months.
Being unemployed during the holidays is an experience that I don't know if anyone else has felt it, but this sucks.
If you are a poor, like myself, you might be asking the question, how do people have money? How are they affording anything in life? And I'm here to tell you, they're not. How do I know? I'm a barista. I am. And today, the amount of debit and credit cards that were declined were astronomical. I'm talking the highest amount ever in one day that I've had to go.
Nobody wants to admit, but everybody is living.
Y'all, this is how I can tell that, a lot of people don't have no money. And a lot of, this is like we really in a recession right now. Like people are broke, down to their last penny is because I don't see no delivery trucks. I don't see no UPS trucks. I don't see no FedEx trucks. I haven't been seeing no Amazon trucks. None of that. And this is the holiday time when you start seeing a lot of trucks. I don't see none of that. I usually hear delivery trucks all the time. Or when I'm out and about, I see delivery trucks all the time. I haven't seen not one. Every once in a while I'll see one, but I haven't been seeing any. People are so freaking broke. This is horrible. This is truly horrible. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. You got people that's losing their jobs from left to right. Thank God I still have a job. I thank God that I still have a job. But something got to give. Something got to give.
Being unemployed during the holidays is an experience that I don't know if anyone else has felt it, but this sucks. Like, I feel like your whole family, they're all there gathered together. It's supposed to be good times, thankful for each other, thankful for everything. And I am. But I'm not thankful for the judgment that I'm receiving at the table when, they're like, oh, just graduated. So what are you up to? And I'm like, just looking for jobs still. They're like, oh, it's been 4 months. And then I'm like, yeah, I know you're preaching to the choir there. Like, I get it. It's just, people don't really talk about like the feeling of just like when you're unemployed and when people ask and they bring up like, oh, like, what do you do? I'm like, I don't do anything except look for something to do. Like, and I don't know, I'm just getting to this point where, I don't know, it's like mentally taxing on you. I feel like I can't really get into like a rhythm or a flow or a routine because like I'm constantly just searching for jobs. And I mean, man, I've applied to so many at this point, over hundreds. And I literally can't, I don't know, basically decipher like what I'm doing wrong. Like, what am I doing wrong? If anyone has been through this before and can elaborate, like, I feel like I've made it to rounds 2, rounds 3, even to round 4 one time. That was like, there was a lot of people going for that one. But basically, like, I get to the end and I feel like the only thing that like separates me from the people I'm going up against is genuinely experience. Like, I just graduated college, right? Like, I did an internship over the summer. I have good qualifications. I've been pretty active, like, extracurricularly. And at the end of the day, the only thing I'm missing is genuine, like, long-term experience. And that's what's separating me from someone who has the job versus someone who doesn't and is just still in the hunt. And it's not like I'm not looking for like I'm looking at everything, even other places, other cities. Like, I'm not going to go to like, I don't know, South Dakota or Wisconsin. No offense if you live there. It's just like not my vibe. Like, I went to school in San Diego. I couldn't pull that off. But like I am looking in other cities and other states, and I don't know, like, I don't know why it's so hyper competitive. Like, when the market says it's only 4.4% unemployment rate, like, that just doesn't feel like an accurate number. And the thing is, I know I'm not the only person that is going through this. Like, there are people who have experience, and that's what I'm finding out. Like, there's people who have genuine, like, long-term experience, and they still can't get a job either. Like, I'm to this point where, I work part-time, but, like, I mean, I'm looking for other ways, other avenues of making money. That's why I'm making these TikToks. Like, I'm just trying something different. I've been using this app called Pay Me. It's literally for, like, class action lawsuits. Anyone can do it. You just sign up. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have to look for these other avenues of making money because I'm such in, like a stranded place. And I don't know. It's embarrassing, especially on the holidays, too, because you're just constantly surrounded by family and friends, and you want to, like, I don't know, when you're in these, like, big get-togethers, I'm not saying you want to impress people, but, like, you don't want to be, like, the guy that they're like, oh, thank God I'm not that guy. Like, I'm that guy this year. Like, that's me at the table. And I don't know. It's a shitty feeling, and I mean, if people understand this, they understand it. If they don't, then they probably have a job. But I don't know. I'm getting to a point where I just can't really, I don't know what else to do. I'm just lost, and it's mentally draining. It's mentally taxing. And the only thing I can do is keep looking. And I feel like for some people, they lose hope. And I'm not there yet. Like, I still, like, because, like, I see the potential of good interviews. Like, I have good interviews. It's not like I'm bad at interviewing. It's just, like, I don't know. I'm just not getting to that final, like, here's your offer. Like, I'm not getting that. I'm getting right there. Like, it's like getting blue balls. This shit sucks. So, I don't know. If anyone's going through that this holiday, like, I feel the pain.
Man, this hits way deeper than people realize. Being unemployed during the holidays is a different kind of pain, and anyone who's been there knows exactly what he's talking about. It's not just the job hunt. It's the pressure, the judgment, the awkward questions at the dinner table, the constant feeling of falling behind while everyone else seems to have it together. And the worst part? You're doing everything right, applying, interviewing, grinding, and still getting stuck because companies want 10 years of experience for entry-level pay. What he's saying is the reality for millions right now. New grads, experienced workers, people in their 20s, 30s, 40s. The job market is brutal, and that 4% unemployment rate doesn't feel real to anyone actually living through this mess. And honestly, the mental burnout hits harder than the financial stress. Waking up every day and applying to jobs just to hear nothing back, that drains your soul.
I'm kind of crashing out because I've got 15 days to come up with $2,500. I had 6 job interviews last week. Nothing. I had a couple of positions that were like, oh yeah, this would be great. Training will start in January. I had one woman ask me if I have children. Red flag. I had somebody try and pay me 25% commission. I won't accept anything under than 60%. Like, I'm not taking a job that's not going to pay my bills. So yeah, like, what is there for one to do now? Except for, like, cry all day. I don't know. Like, the whole go get a job. I'm trying.
Hi, my name is Jamie. I've been unemployed for 6 months. And I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what that's been like. Because it's been really hard. I have recorded and deleted this video probably a dozen times. I'm really not like a come online and talk about my feelings type person unless it's to my private story. Those in it, you know. But yeah, I'm not like I'm trying to go viral. I'm trying to blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just not who I am. But I'm at the point now where I feel like I need to talk about it because I know a lot of other people are in my position and can relate and probably feel really alone right now, as do I. And one of the only things that has gotten me through the last 6 months is being on the unemployment side of TikTok and hearing that people are experiencing the same things I am, and that it's not necessarily a me problem. Because that's hard to not feel that way when you get 10 million rejections, to not feel like it's a you problem. So I hope that people watch this and get a little something out of it in terms of maybe a sense of community, or maybe you find something relatable and you think that's funny. So that's that. So yes, I was let go from my position in May. And honestly, when that happened, I really did not expect to be where I am now. I really expected to, I was not a huge fan of that job. I mean, a job's a job, but it was a hard job. And when I was laid off, I kind of was just like, that's showbiz, like whatever, I'll just, on to the next one. And I was in for a rude awakening for how hard it was going to be going forward. Fast forward 6 months. It's now almost freaking Thanksgiving, and I'm about to run out of my unemployment benefits. So anyways, besides the fact, so I was laid off. I have sent out over 100 applications. And I know I'm not the only one. Over 100 applications. I've had 4 or 5 final round interviews to not get the job. Ghosted countless times. I've had to hunt down recruiters and be like, hey, what's the status? Only to get oh, I'm so sorry, we're not moving forward. Countless times. At this point, I'm so accustomed to rejection that I just expect it. It's hard to say, because you really have to go into these jobs being so confident and sell yourself is what I always hear is, sell yourself. You're selling yourself, and you sell your skills, and you got to want this company to want you, and blah, 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 blah. But no one talks about how hard that is when you've heard no so many times that your confidence is gone. Your confidence is withered. At least for me. Maybe not for everyone, but at least for me. To go to other people and be like, please hire me, it's hard. So I really hope that other people can understand that and relate to it. I just had an interview today, actually, and that's really what prompted me to make this video, because I really just hit my breaking point where they wanted me to, which, another thing I want to talk about, sorry, I'm really bad at telling stories, but companies who post job listings never include the most vital information on job listings. Hours, pay. Oh, pay. Please put the pay on your job listings. On-site requirements. Is it hybrid? Is it fully on-site? I'm having to learn these things through these screening calls and interviews. And it's almost like a huge waste of time, because I'm getting contacted by these companies who are an hour and a half away from me, are 2 hours away from me, which I'm willing to do. Whatever, it's fine. You just got to be able to pay me enough where I can pay my bills, pay for gas, and be able to live. And for context, also, I live in New Jersey. We are one of the most expensive states to live in. Our electric prices are through the roof. Rent is through the freaking roof. I lost my job a month after moving into my first apartment ever with my boyfriend. But imagine that. I at this point, I'm so out of ideas. So again, bouncing around. So sorry. But these jobs are paying nothing for all of this work that they want you to do. They take content specialists and then they turn that into, oh, well, you're going to be PR, you're going to be social media, you're going to be a video editor. That. Okay. Then pay me enough to do that. So, sorry, again, jumping around, but this job that I interviewed today, that I had no idea what the requirements were for on-site salary, nothing. I gave them my salary, which I thought was fair. It was actually lower, because at this point I'm jobs don't want to pay me a lot, so I'm just going to lower it to whatever. Maybe they'll work with it. Even then, I'm being asked, oh, well, is that negotiable? No, not really. I live in New Jersey. If you want me to commute to somewhere an hour and a half away 5 days a week, you're going to have to pay me enough to do so. That is just the fact of life. And God, I'm out of ideas. Hence why I'm talking to my phone right now. It's really embarrassing. And this is the last thing that I ever thought I would be doing right now. But here I am. So I'm being vulnerable. And I don't really want anything out of this. I don't need views. I don't need money. I don't need anything from anyone. I can handle myself. And I'm still going to work hard and apply and do what I can do and live. Because that's what you have to do. You just got to live. But I, again, just want to come on here and just say these things because I know that others are also in my position, and it's really isolating. It's really mentally draining. It's really just sad. It's sad. So that being said, any companies on here need a content specialist, hit my DM because I would love to contribute my skills. And that's really all I wanted to come on here and say. But if you can relate, let me know. Tell me your stories.
Man, listening to this felt like watching someone trying to stay afloat while the whole system keeps handing them bricks. 6 months unemployed, over 100 applications, final interviews, ghosting. This isn't a motivation issue. This is America's broken job market in real time. Jamie isn't asking for a handout. She's asking for basic clarity, salary, hours, on-site requirements. But companies out here acting like it's 2008, expecting 5 jobs in one body for the salary of a part-time barista. And then they have the nerve to ask if her number is negotiable? Bro, SG lives in New Jersey, not Narnia. What hits hardest is the emotional side. Having to sell yourself with confidence after 10 million rejections. You're supposed to walk into interviews like I'm the one, when the economy already made you feel like I'm barely hanging on. That takes guts most people don't even realize.
I have applied to so many jobs recently. Tell me why it's impossible to get a job right now. So just for reference, I used to work in recruiting. I got my first recruiting job with 0 experience like 4 years ago. I literally applied, they interviewed me, and within that week I got the job. And then after that job, I worked for another company called Robert Half. They also interviewed me. Within 2 weeks, they hired me, and it really wasn't an issue. I had that year of experience from the other recruiting company, and then I just jumped into this new job. Now I am looking for another recruiting job again, or just any job with talent sourcing, recruiting, anything like that. It is literally impossible. I think I've applied, like in the last 6 months, I think I've applied to at least like hundreds of jobs. Either I don't hear back, they do rounds of interviews, with me, and then I don't get the job, or they just straight up reject me. And it's crazy because some of these jobs I'm overqualified for, or I know 100% I'm qualified for, and they still aren't hiring. It's just really confusing because I've never had a hard time getting a job in my life. And for it to be this hard, I'm applying to hundreds of jobs and I'm not even getting one is insane. Does anyone know why the F this is happening? What is causing this job market to be so effing bad?
I moved into a place that I can't afford, and now I'm stuck. I recently moved into a luxury apartment, and though it is nice and I like it and all these other things, I realized that I can't afford it. And when I say I can't afford it, it does not mean I can't pay for it. Like, I have enough money to pay for it as far as money's in my bank account, but as far as like what I want to do in life, I can't really afford it. In a sense of, now I'm in a position where it's like, I'm here and I pay so much in rent. It's to the point where it's like, I can't even go on a trip right now. Like, I can't. Like, and I haven't traveled in a while, and I'm very big on traveling. Like, I'm very big on going out and stuff like that. And I can't really do it as much as I would like to because it's like, I can't afford it. And I don't know why we do this to ourselves. Like, I don't know why when we feel like we get a new job or we start making more money and stuff like that, it's like, oh, I have to increase my living expenses. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, well, you know, now I'm making more money, so it just makes sense for me to get a nicer place. It just makes sense for me to get a luxury apartment because I'm making this amount of money, and people who make this amount of money live in this kind of place. And like I said before, I like where I live. It's really nice. It's, really cool and everything, but it's like, at what expense? And I feel like a lot of people don't understand the difference between, yes, you can afford it as far as like money in your account, but you can't really afford it for real, for real. Like, I'm in a position I honestly and truly can say, like, if something drastic would happen, knock on wood, I pray not, I don't know if I'll be able to afford it. In a sense of, I do have money saved up, but for example, my best friend, right? She totaled her car recently. And so she literally has to buy a new car this weekend. She just totaled her car like 2-3 days ago. She has to buy a new car this weekend. I honestly and truly could say, if I had to buy a new car right now, I would be screwed. Because it's like, dang, like, do I really have enough money to? Because so much of my money has going to me upgrading my lifestyle. And I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like we have this mindset in a sense of like, oh, when I start making more money, I have to drive a certain kind of car. I have to live in a certain kind of place. I have to be a certain kind of person. And it's like, the place I was living before, it was nothing wrong with it. It was nice. It was cool. I mean, it wasn't as quote unquote nice as the place I'm living now, but at the same time, it's like, what is it worth? At least before, when I wanted to, I can go on trips and I can do different things. And it's just like the same problems that I was having before, I have again, because I feel like every time I want to, like, I level up my lifestyle, I feel like I have to level up all the problems with it. And it's like, that's why I truly never level up. Because it's like, when I increase one thing, I just increase another thing. As soon as I get more opportunities, I just increase my problems. And yeah, so I just thought that was so crazy because I really was sitting here and I'm like, yo, I can afford this place on paper, but like, I can't afford this place in my soul.
And another thing I don't get is when my coworkers make me feel bad that I only work part-time. And then they're like, oh, you must not have bills. You must not have like, your parents must pay for this, or you got to do this. And I was like, no, I'm just very intentional with what I spend my money on. Like, we literally have the same check. I knew I was going part-time, so I had to cut some shit. Even when I was making full-time, it was essentially a lot of money for me. So at that time, at first I did blow my check. I used to blow my check as an RN. I made a lot of money, especially as an RN in Indiana, but the things I was doing did not make any sense. Hair always did, nails always did, lashes always did, but then it was like every 2 weeks I would spend $600 on maintenance. And then plus I had my rent, my car insurance, and then also groceries and stuff like that. Shit was not adding up. I literally had to cut my spending and allocate my funds because that's what made sense to me and that's what's important to me. If what's important to you is maintenance, then please, by all means, like, spend all of your money on maintenance. But what's important to me is longevity in what I'm doing in my life. Most of my coworkers, when it comes to like housing, they either live in like a nice ass penthouse or they just bought a house. Me, I knew I couldn't do that. So I live in a very nice duplex, but it's $1,000. Like, I cannot ask for anything more. And two, most of my coworkers get their hairs done literally every 2 weeks. Me, I cannot afford it. I'm a baddie, but I'm also a baddie on a budget. I had a half wig literally all of most of July, and then previously before that, and now I have braids, and I will try to keep these until literally all throughout August and a little bit into the next month, because I don't want to spend unnecessary money on like a hairstyle that's gonna ruin my hair anyways. One thing I do need to, I cannot justify for myself is having my nails done and having my lashes done. That's definitely something I do want to work on. Lashes, honestly, that's where I'm definitely slacking at. I do spend like $100 on my lashes literally every 2 weeks. That's going to need to be cut. I don't know whether I'm going to have to get some lash clusters or something. And then my nails, I don't know. If you guys have any advice, that definitely needs to be cut too. And then also I was spending a lot of money on groceries, which is something I'm going to have to do better on. Like, I'll try to do a full grocery shop and then at least make it last for 2 weeks.
See, this is what people don't understand. Being responsible with money isn't a flex, it's survival. Her coworker's out here acting like she's living bill-free just because she works part-time, when in reality, she's the only one doing the math. They're in penthouses and full glam every 2 weeks. Meanwhile, she's over here budgeting like an accountant with PTSD. And honestly, she's spitting facts. Being a baddie on a budget takes more discipline than half these full-time workers who blow their check the second it hits. Hair, nails, lashes, rent, car, groceries, that stuff adds up real fast. And the wild part? They all have the same paycheck, but she's the one catching judgment because she's not drowning in maintenance debt. She's cutting unnecessary expenses, rocking protective styles, stretching braids like they're rent money, and actually thinking long-term while everyone else is trying to impress Instagram. That's not being cheap, that's being smart. And the honesty? Chef's kiss. She admits the lashes are her weakness. The nails gotta go. Groceries need discipline. That's real self-awareness. Most people won't even open their bank app. She's out here analyzing her spending like a financial advisor. At the end of the day, she's not broke. She's intentional. She's not struggling. She's strategic. And honestly, more people need to take notes because being a baddie on a budget is way better than being a baddie with a maxed out credit card.